live. I'm live with Andrew Wein. Is it Win?
Andrew Wein.
Wein. I'm not going to say it. Bad joke. I'm not going to say it.
That's what people used to call me when I was at summer camp.
Yeah, Wiener.
When I was 9 years old. Yeah, you got to embrace the nickname or else people make fun of you.
Yeah,
So,
it's like, do people really call you Wiener when you were younger?
for sure, yeah. Yeah, I went to summer camp for 2 months every year in Wisconsin, and that was my nickname. And then eventually people realized that my last name Wein was shorter than Wiener, so they just started calling me Wein. It's like it's not worth the extra syllable.
That's amazing. That's a really funny story that you kind of embraced it.
Yeah, you have to.
So what brings you to Boulder? Because I feel like you're not a native here.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people aren't natives in Boulder. They're actually few and far between. I moved here a year and a half ago. I left my job in the management consulting world and was looking for a place with actually 3 different things. The first was a big enough business community that I could start my own company. The second was within an hour of a major international airport. And then the third is within 10 minutes of rock climbing.
10 minutes of rock climbing.
And Boulder's the only place in the U.S. that has all 3 of those criteria.
Well, because I feel like Denver, I went to Denver and it's a huge airport.
Enormous. I mean, they have international direct flights almost anywhere.
That's pretty
I
good.
flew straight to Japan in 10 and a half hours last year, direct.
And not many, like LA doesn't offer that direct flight sometimes as well.
Yeah, the way the world is shaped, it's kind of funny how close Denver is to Japan. But yeah, it's surprising the access it has.
So you're like a big rock climber.
Yeah, rock climbing helps me provide balance and stay motivated in how I want to impact the world. And the more I do it, usually the more inspired I am to impact the world in less selfish ways.
That's a really good mission to state, because also I feel like rock climbing, I've done it a few times, helps reach the act of mindfulness as well.
Yeah, so the thing I like about rock climbing is how real it is. You are physically challenged in terms of using your strength to get up the wall, mentally challenged in figuring out how to actually work out the moves, and then emotionally challenged in determining how to protect your risk. And understand, am I actually scared? Should I be scared? Is this an objective reason to be scared or not? And then getting over that with very real and immediate consequences.
Earlier in our talk before, we mentioned the difference between mindset and mindfulness. Can you share that with everyone else, please?
Yeah, so mindset just describes how your mind is operating. Like you can be in a happy mindset or a sad mindset. Mindfulness is actually a completely different word, and it is being aware of what's happening right now. So you're mindful if you are aware of your mindset.
Okay, that's an interesting way of doing it. And you're really interested in mindfulness. Why are you so interested in mindfulness or passionate about it?
Yeah, so as I've learned over the past few years that I think happiness is a skill that can be trainable. Everything that we experience in the world goes through this filter that's called our brain, and we actually have a lot more control than we think on how that filter chooses to interact with the world. So with small exercises, a few minutes a day, you can start orienting your brain to be happier, more productive, more empathetic. You can also do exercises to change it to be stressed out and upset, which some people accidentally do. But the point is, our brain is super malleable, and the things that we do with it now actually change how we experience the world.
Okay, what's a good tip for entrepreneurs and millennials to be self-aware and be mindful?
Yeah, so the hardest part of being aware is realizing that you want to be aware right now. So what I would do is maybe set a timer on your phone for once an hour, and every hour your timer goes off, just take a deep breath and say, just what am I experiencing right now?
He's reminding me to breathe pretty much.
And you may choose to take a deep breath in. I mean, the shortest mindfulness practice is 1 breath. Take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out. And as you're breathing in, you're just aware that you're breathing in. As you're breathing out, you're aware that you're breathing out. I try to incorporate 1 breath into as much of my day as possible. So when I wake up, before I get in the shower, when I'm brushing my teeth, before I eat, before I get into my car. And now I have 1 breath practices that I do maybe 30 or 40 times throughout my day that's constantly reminding me to be aware of my underlying state of being.
It's interesting because, like you said, explaining mindfulness is not hard, but exercising or practicing mindfulness is the hardest thing.
Yeah, so I think habit change is really hard. So a lot of us know we want to eat healthy. Do we always eat healthy? A lot of us know that exercise is good for us, that we want to be sleeping 8 hours a night, but we don't do all those things. The nice thing about mindfulness is it's even easier. Like, we don't need 8 hours to be mindful. Like, we can do it in 2 seconds or 3 seconds. And so I think it's the behavior changes that are the hardest. So inspiring people to show them that behavior change is actually going to improve their life, and then giving them the tools to start changing their behavior in a time-neutral way.
And you're having a talk tomorrow or the day after?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much like, this is what his talk is about, but he goes on a deeper dive into it. And we shall drop the link into the comments as well. And how can people reach out to you? Who would you like to help in terms of maintaining mindfulness?
Yeah, so I think the best way to spread something to the world...
Let's just wait a moment while this truck goes through. Hi, truck. And okay, now we can hear.
So I think the best way to spread something to the world is through profit-driven companies. So I'm working with companies to help their people be more mindful. So if you work in a company and
have a lot of millennials,
thank you. Feel free to contact me at andrew@dynamiclc.com.
And we shall drop the link as well. Thank you so much. And we go pass it at the end of the See you, mindfulness.